Well,
the Daily Mirror's not very gung-ho, are you?
It's all a load of nonsense, and it's major trying to get some popularity at the last minute, and I don't think the British public will buy it. If you want me to be serious for a moment, which I doubt you do.
Well, it's good news for you, though. You've just discovered somebody who reads the Daily Mirror, because... that must be...
It's a more shocking discovery than I've just discovered Ian Hislop can read.
All the bitching stuff.
You wouldn't
because didn't you send
you should know all about complaints here, shouldn't you?
But didn't you send photographers in to sneak up on this chap's wife while she was in a hospital or something, caring like that?
Yeah.
And you got ticked off for that.
Yeah.
And you probably had a go at Selina Scott's sex life.
Well, we only said she'd enjoyed some smoked salmon down by a loch in Lomond. That was all.
A loch in Lomond? A loch in Lomond.
There was only one loch in Lomond.
I don't know what...
I can't remember what it's called now.
The Queen...
No, the answer to this is...
Has someone complained... They all complained...
Only one of them was thrown out, which was Julia Carling. The rest of them were all...
So you lost 3 and Julia Carling...
Well, we didn't lose 3.
You beat Julia Carling.
We had 3 adjudications against us, which we tried to resist.
Sounds like 3-1 down to me.
Admittedly, we were left in a slightly vulnerable
you
position.
accepted the rulings, obviously, Piers,
Of course
didn't
we
you?
did, yeah.
As a paid-up member of the Press Complaints Commission, you said, fine, it's a fair cop.
Exactly. What are you getting at it?
No, just checking you hadn't been vindictive about it afterwards.
And in no way would I be vindictive unless it was Rupert Allison.
Oh.
Well, he's the one that brought a case against you, and then you went...
No, he thinks we've got a vendetta against him.
Which you have.
The one that you send your photographers to the south of France to photograph him. That Rupert Allison, is that the one? Just because he took a court case against you?
We have a vendetta against his party. There's nothing wrong with that.
But you left him alone until he brought a case against you.
No, he's always bringing cases against it. He loves it.
Well, let's not fall out over this. Have we got the points? The
truth is, Julia Carling is the only one who was unsuccessful in a Press Complaints Commission complaint against...
Because they adjudicated that she'd invaded her own privacy.
They said that unlike Earl Spencer, for instance, who has sold his family photos to Hello magazine repeatedly for lots of money, she had put herself into the public eye. It was deemed that Earl Spencer was entitled to privacy because, presumably, he's...
Well, his wife was entitled to receive treatment in hospital
without
being photographed having it. Probably was the ruling, the basis.
That was part of the ruling, yeah. That was the part I'd concede.
But your proprietor agreed with the PCC, didn't he?
He did, yes.
You sort of got rather bollocked by Murdoch, didn't you?
Rather? I got severely bollocked, yeah.
Did he?
Were you
then sacked?
You know...
Sacked, did you say?
Were you sacked?
It's a very serious thing to say on television.
Did you get sacked?
I didn't get sacked.
I'm
glad you said it, because that's going to help pay for the holiday, thanks.
I can just imagine a jury finding for the editor of the News of the World.
It's almost like finding the editor of Private Eye, isn't it? By the way, Ian, you know where you live?
Yeah.
You're about to get a new neighbour.
You?
Happy New Year.
Well, actually, next-door neighbours are you going to be?
He'll be within long lens, I can assure you.
Is that a photographer?
He's a charmer, isn't he, Piers?
That's a man on a bicycle.
That's the Transport Secretary who missed his train. This is Rail Track, where we've sold off the rail industry.
Is that the Daily Mirror?
Yes, exactly.
I use the collective we as in you and I, Ian.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Right.
And we've all made lots of money, all those who invested in it have, which I didn't, but I presume a capitalist like Ian would have done. And at the end of the day...
Have you two met before somewhere? And
You're very left-wing for a man who used to edit the News of the World.
He's very left-wing for a man who currently edits the Daily Mirror.
I won't go on, but the tragedy is that the poor girl that won had a terrible arthritic attack moments before she went on stage.
Piers, this is a comedy news quiz. Arthritis doesn't normally feature in that. A lot of sad stories that don't get on.
Well, you're here, Clive.
Yeah. But you won't be back.
No, your clue is Little Willie.
No. It's William Aldergrave.
Ian Hislop.
We've resorted to genital insult, haven't we? You and Paula Yates.
Well...
the cream of the nation's wits.
Ever a man of my word. Piers, your 4 unlikely companions are Rupert Allison, Sting, a koala bear, Geoffrey Clements, leader of the Natural Law Party.
Is the answer jam?
Not in
Only
so
say
many
that
words.
because last week Eddie Izzard
Oh,
said
so
everybody
few
roared
words.
with laughter. As if it was hilarious. I just thought I'd say it.
People like him.
I will continue what I was going to say, but I was going to remind everyone that the
carry
PCC
on. What else have I
castigated the Daily Mirror in March for giving away the whereabouts of Robbie Coltrane's house, saying in some cases the publication of an individual's address might create a potential risk to that person. The Mirror apologised for any stress caused in a press statement issued by their editor, Piers Morgan, of 13 Woodcote Drive, Chigwell.
Actually, can I just say that they actually they rejected that complaint?
Did they?
By Robbie Coltrane, so you're entirely wrong to use that against me.
Oh, yeah, but they did say that...
I just thought I'd say that, in case the viewers got the
wrong.
wrong idea by this vindictive attack on me, personally. Carry on.
You're feeling a bit vulnerable.
You're invading my privacy, and I'd rather you left me alone.
You tried that
stepped
one
into the
before.
public eye now, Piers. You were elected to come on this programme. You've got to take it.
I demand my privacy.
OK, we won't talk to you again then.
Yeah, people wanting to vote.
Unmanageable turnout of 65%.
That's the Lib Dem votes being chucked in the river. Goodbye to you. Go and watch a film, one of your husbands. Hello, Gordon. Piss off. Did you stay up for Lembit? It was. It's the most important thing that happened in the election.
Because?
It's quite funny.
I would expect a bit more than that, wouldn't you? Ladies and gentlemen, the great thing about losing my seat is I can actually take a fee for this now instead of getting this kind of abuse for nothing.
It is indeed the overwhelmingly indecisive outcome of the election. In fact, we only know one result for sure, don't we, Lembit?
Can we get on with this? I've actually got an appointment with the job centre in about half an hour.
They phoned earlier, they cancelled.
So, Paul, Ian, the old certainties are gone. It's time for unlikely alliances. Paul, could you ever find it in your heart to put your bitter rivalry to one side and form a coalition with Ian?
Yeah, all right.
Go on, then.
I've got a feeling you're going to win this week.
Can I say I've always wanted this?
Yeah.
I've argued for it for years. And any suggestion that I'm doing it as a matter of convenience is not true. I agree with Nick. Paul.
Do you want to do a rabble-rousing speech on behalf of our coalition?
I think what we offer is not them, basically. People are sick of you coming on here, making fun of the contestants, you know? Just because I'm having a bit of a hard time at the moment, lend us the price of a cup of tea, I'll give it back to you. I've got me nothing, governor, I've got me harmonica, and can play that for you if you want. And I have. No, I have.
Got to find some change.
I have.
Are we witnessing a mental breakdown?
You do the singing and I'll do the playing.
What bit did the BBC get wrong?
This idea... so I run a company that trains veterans to go into cyber employment.
Yeah.
And 4 companies away from that, there's a company that's gone bust.
Yeah, it's not many companies. It's quite a big company. 4 people being arrested. Big story.
It's a big story, but it's got
But
nothing to do with me.
you never...
Well, of course not. Why
Not
would I have
interested
anything
in
to
who
do with
provided your
financial products?
£85,000 salary?
Yes,
For a
and it was
4-hour
provided through business in that company that company generated. That
How
had
does
nothing
training
to do with us,
veterans
yeah.
make enough money to earn you 85
Because if you
grand?
train them in cyber security, and they have specialist skills. They go into FTSE 100 companies and they earn quite a lot of money in cybersecurity. I sound like a right bastard, don't I, doing this whole sort of veterans employment thing?
No, it's not the veterans bit. It's the £85,000 for a 4-hour job.
I know. I know what you're thinking, because you're
I'm thinking, why don't you do it for free?
I know, because you get 20 grand for 2 hours tonight, don't you?
Yeah, but the people who've lost money out of this company are very cross with you. It's about your behaviour and the fact that you didn't know. And didn't ask, as a non-executive director, where does the money come from for this
I did
company?
ask where it came from, and it came from the business that's generated by the business that we do.
They were providing the money that kept your company going.
No, they
You were a
didn't.
non-exec.
No, they didn't. That's why the BBC are being sued for libel, because no money went from that company into Crucial Academy.
But it did, though.
OK, well, you can keep saying that, but it really didn't.
No, I'm just saying the chain...
This is one for Judge Rindo, I think.
Yeah. I am merely trying to establish the facts. You say you're going to sue the BBC for reporting a story that everybody else has run, and you say that's not how the money got there.
I am absolutely sure that not a single penny has come from LCF and gone into Crucial Academy. If it has, I would leave.
It hasn't gone directly in. It's gone in through a series of other companies.
No, directly or indirectly. If it had, I would leave. Any more?
All right, well, we'll see what happens.
This is like all of my Christmas dinners with my family.
Remember Anne Widdecombe?
I'm sorry, David, it's a big story. 4 people were arrested, and I know you think that your political enemies have smeared you with this story, but
No,
it is there.
No, I don't.
It's in the news.
No, I don't think that. I don't think they have smeared me with this story.
But you have accused the Deputy Chief Whip of trying to dig up dirt.
The Deputy Chief Whip has decided to go and ask friends of mine that I served with in the military whether or not things in my book were correct, and obviously I found out, wasn't overly pleased. That book was signed off by the parents of individuals who were killed in that war and who fought with me and my soldiers, but obviously not good enough for the Deputy Chief Whip. And when I confronted him about it, he claimed that was his job, to kick the tyres. And when I spoke to my friend, who he had actually spoken to, he hadn't done anything like that at all. He tried to get some dirt and blackmail me to vote for the Prime Minister's deal in January.
That's why they did it, to try and force your vote?
Yeah.
Right.
Nice place, politics.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah, why did I sign up?
Why did you?
Yeah.
Like Anne Widdecombe. Remember her?
That really is enough about the government's bad week. Oh, no, sorry. Andy Coulson. Where did he unexpectedly find himself this week?
In the back of a cop car heading to Scotland.
Because?
Because they want to have a word.
I had absolutely no idea that you were a gangster. Brilliant.
Andy Coulson.
He's been arrested for perjury.
Yes.
During a trial where someone else was on trial for perjury.
Yes.
While he was actually working for the Prime Minister, which is pretty shocking. Are you shocked, Alastair?
I'm shocked.
You. I'm glad you're shocked, because, you know, some of the people that this government have been hanging about with... Rebecca Brooks? Know her at all?
I do.
Were you shocked when she was arrested?
I've been shocked by lots of things, Ian.
He's been charged, though, not just arrested.
Yeah.
He's been charged.
He's been charged.
Which is why Ian's being so careful.
Yeah.
About Andy Coulson, if not about me.
Well, they haven't charged you yet.
Is it hot in here?
And in case anyone thinks I'm being gratuitous, I know that Alastair is going to be reasonable tonight, because he told Leveson, I am robust, but I'm not a bully. So no matter what anyone says, you're going to be really reasonable.
Tonight? No.
That's good, though, to remember. Like, if your kid gets caught, like, kicking a fat kid, just go, no, he's not a bully, just robust. He's robust.
It probably seemed like a good idea when you said yes.
Look at the top pledge on the top. We will invade Iraq against the wishes of the people of Britain.
Yeah, but it was Miliband who stopped the invasion into Syria. That's something for him, isn't it? I haven't heard you say much about that.
No, because I'm more interested in the previous one, which
well,
you
they were
involved
wrong.
in.
And we made it clear that's so. We made a mistake, there's no doubt about that. But give Miliband the credit for stopping us doing the same thing with Syria.
OK,
because Cameron was about to get to do it with the Americans.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with that, and Obama
You just don't work about it or talk about it. Anyway, that's the difference between us.
Yeah.
Should we start again?
But you say
I don't think so.
the manifesto will only just come out, so the candidate can't be expected to know what's in it. Is the manifesto meant to be a massive surprise to Labour candidates?
No, but when you get... Well, in our party, you have to get it through the National Executive, and we have a policy making for the manifesto. You don't know necessarily what's coming through. I think some great things have come through, particularly when we're dealing with the Leveson report and what are we going to do about making the press more accountable.
Yes,
That's quite important.
You're going to legislate, aren't you?
What we said about that, we will carry out what Leveson said. We wait to see the press...
Leveson said nothing about a royal charter. He didn't mention it.
I would have thought you, as a journalist, might find that's an important point.
No. No, as a journalist, it's an unimportant point.
Oh, blimey, you blimey. In private eye, you're sued every day, for God's sake, for what you say about people.
No, we're not. And certainly not about you. I know you've got problems with the press and your private life, John.
I think the last time you raised it, you got the same move. Why don't you be more specific and say it? Usually straightforward in private eye. What's your complaint?
OK, you're very, very unhappy about the press's intrusion into your private life because they revealed you were
never
having an affair
complained
with
about
Tracy
it at
Temple.
all.
And it was very embarrassing for you.
No, it wasn't.
God, it wasn't embarrassing.
No, I made a mistake. I owned up to it publicly, and I was waiting for this one to come from you.
You didn't own up to it publicly. You were revealed as doing it.
Hey,
I've got an idea.
I did it at the Labour conference. Didn't you watch
You two
that?
find a room, and whoever comes out alive is the winner.
I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Oh, it's a death stare. He gave me a death stare. It depends who's ordering the room service, I suppose, doesn't it, John?
This is like a terrible family Christmas.